Ooh, what's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Darren, in the morning for coming through and boosting up the coin, no doubt, by 100%. So, we got some breaking news right now regarding your man's Conor Benn. I got a shout out to whatever Donny came up with that one. That's a fire one, Conor Benn. Stop it. Yeah, anyway, like I said, we just heard there from Conor Benn. Conor Benn has been getting into it with Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. has aired him out after seeing the Piers TV show. Eubank says the following, which, by the way, has been received or transponded from Mars. And that's what people have said. YB, wait there a minute. We know the Piers interview was about 36 hours ago. So why is Chris Eubank Jr. only replying now? You might not understand. Chris Eubank Jr. is so far away. Mars isn't close, people. It takes light. It takes radio waves 8 minutes to get from the sun to Earth. And Mars, you best believe, is a lot further away. So it's one of them ones, 100%. It's taken about 8 hours for the transpondence to get from Mars to the UK. That's why Chris Eubank Jr.'s response is delayed. Yeah, 100%. Listen, all we know is, we don't know exactly where he is. Some people have speculated Mars. Some people are speculating in another, what do they call it, in a different kind of galaxy. I'm not sure. He may even be in between galaxies. No one really knows. All we know is there's a delay between what's going on Earth and what Chris Eubank Jr. be doing. Ever since Liam Smith sent him into the, not even into the stratosphere. Liam Smith sent him out of the stratosphere. We don't know his location. He just out there somewhere, 100% anyway. Mr. Out There Somewhere, Chris Eubank Jr. clapped back after seeing the Piers interview and said the following. I was 99% sure Conor Nigel Benn was a cheat, but after watching that interview with Piers now I'm 100% sure. Imagine failing 2 PED tests and then trying to play the victim. Wow. The balls on this kid. The eggs on this kid. Or should I say, the eggs on him. Oh, stop it. Conor Nigel Benn replies, you're sat there trying to play the victim, but tried blackmailing me for £1 million, you ish house. Now, for people who are confused where Conor Benn's coming from, obviously at the time when the board was still permitting the fight, Chris Eubank Jr. obviously he tried a little financial play. He said, you know what, I will continue fighting you, but since you've popped, since you've been faded off the hen eggs, Mr. Conor Benn, Mr. Conor Hen eggs, yeah? Since you've been laying eggs, Mr. Benn, I want compensation, yeah? If you want to fight me Juicy Lucy, then I'm going to need some coin. Conor Benn, he calls that blackmail. Unfortunately, that's just called game, yeah? What's Chris Eubank Jr. supposed to do? Oh yeah, no problem, you're juiced off your Nelly, let's just jump in the ring with you. No, of course there is. That's called compensation. Yeah? If you didn't want to pay the compensation, don't be juiced off your Nelly. Pretty simple stuff, people. But these new age guys, these 2023 type dudes, they don't be getting that. And I do have to agree with Chris Eubank Jr. that the victim playing is a whole nother level here. I mean, I'm pretty sure I forecasted that Conor Benn would be coming out with a book about mental health. I knew that was coming. But I tell you what I didn't see coming. I didn't see Conor Benn pulling the whole I'm suing people. Like, that's mad. Yeah? The mental health thing is, everyone can, that's the classic. Over the last 5 years, mental health or last 10 years, it's become a classic linchpin of anyone making a mistake. Mental health. Something happened when I was 4 years old. Do you know what I mean? That's classic these days. Oh, I fell off my bike when I was 6 and I've never been the same since. Them kind of bars. We know that. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, I tripped over my laces in first grade or in primary school and I've never recovered. Yeah, of my insecurities. Anyway, Chris Eubank Jr., he aired him out and said, listen, this guy got no shame. And I have to agree. The man ain't even proved himself. Wait a minute, the crazy thing is, Conor Benn hasn't even sent the people he's allegedly suing his exculpatory document. Yeah, the document which is supposed to show how innocent he is. He ain't even sent it to the people he's about to sue. You know, that's what I don't understand. Oh, I'm not going to show them the document that proves I'm innocent because because they've annoyed me or because they're biased. It just don't make no sense. It reminds me of when Deontay Wilder said to AJ and Eddie Hearn, oh, I'm not going to accept your $100 million deal because you called me Shelley Winkle. Oh, because I'm not going to take your $120 million deal because you said I'm a hillbilly. It's like, are we really doing that? But this is even worse. All due respect, Wilder as a man has his, if he wants to be a clown, if Wilder wants to be a goofball and play himself out of 120 million, that's his right. All due respect, Conor Benn, you are essentially on the verge of illegality. Yeah? You're guilty until proven innocent. Simple as that. That's how it works in the criminal system. Don't believe the cap about innocent until proven, especially when you've popped. This isn't a case of speculation. You've popped, which means after someone pops, by nature, they are guilty until proven otherwise. This isn't a case of a clean fighter and speculations out there. Yeah, if Conor Benn had passed all tests and people were speculating, for example, for years people have speculated AJ is juicy. He is assumed to be innocent until proven otherwise. That's how it works. Unfortunately, once you've popped, you don't have that base anymore, and that's what Conor Benn's missing. And I actually feel sorry for Conor Benn. It reminds me in a way of Dillian Whyte. I remember at the time Dillian Whyte and Fury were going through contractual disputes, and Dillian Whyte's lawyer wasn't advising him on the right thing to do. Dillian Whyte's lawyer was advising him on how to get more bills, to get more fees, doing things that were irrational at the time. And I actually feel that's what's happening to Conor Benn. Conor Benn being told, yeah, don't give the governing body your document, and at the same time, yeah, let's plough forward suing them. Listen, I'm completely neutral. I don't care either way. I'm just calling a spade a spade. And a spade is saying, who does that only benefit? Who does not giving a report to the people who need it? And who does, more specifically, suing the governing body? Who's that benefiting? I'll tell you who it ain't benefiting. Now, the lawyers may convince Conor Benn, yeah, it's benefiting you, but what we know for a fact is, we don't know that Conor Benn's going to win that lawsuit. If anything, as I sit here today, I think he probably loses it. So again, going into a lawsuit you're probably going to lose. How can you sue someone and you haven't even shown your innocence? How can you sue someone before, for example, the time to sue would be, okay, we've given them the document and they still think I'm guilty. That's when you sue. How can you sue before you've proven your innocence? Essentially, it's baffling, but nonetheless, that's what Conor Benn's doing. Conor Benn's doing. To whose benefit? I'll tell you whose benefit. The lawyers, yeah. It sounds to me, or looks to me, like Conor Benn's team, legal team, want him so muddled up. It's so messy right now. But guess what messy does? Messy creates more problems, which creates more fees. The more stuff that's messed around, and the more time it takes, and the less sense. Listen, lawyers are paid to make sense of things, to fix things. Hence, the more things go wrong, the more messy things go, the more legal hours can be billed. Yeah? And I'm sorry, but this situation is messy. It's a bit like people were saying, wait a minute, Conor Benn's paying this, no doubt, a big $1 million legal team. Who advised him to go on to Piers Morgan? Whose play was that? Do you know what I mean? Like, whose play was that? The classic defence strategy. Don't say anything. If you ain't got nothing that's absolutely rock solid, just keep your mouth shut. That's the classic. We've been known that. Everyone knows that. Anyone who knows anything about law is, if you haven't got any, if you've got a golden bullet, which Conor Benn hasn't, hence 270 pages later, if you've got a golden bullet, then fine. But if you haven't, keep your mouth shut and sit down somewhere. Conor Benn's out here, hasn't shown the public the document, and he's claimed, oh, I'm innocent, I'm angry, and I'm depressed because I'm innocent, and it's been proven now, but I can't show you how it's been proven. Do you know, fair enough. If Conor Benn had something to show us, listen people, I'll put the document out there now let's talk. Now everyone's seen what time it is, let's talk. But really, or factually, nothing has changed from October when it all came out. From the public's point of view, what has changed? Nothing. We're none the wiser. All we know is two failed tests. All we know is, we can't show you the document for some magical reason. This shows you how messy it is. Even Nigel Benn, his own dad, said, I think the document should be out there. Do you understand how messy that is, people? Who's benefiting from all this? Who's benefiting from this situation? The only person I can work out is definitely not Conor. Conor looks bad after that shambles. I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad if his dad was on point, just pulling the party line. His own dad wasn't pulling the party line. And guess who now has to be brought in? Guess who now has to be paid more to sort it all out? The lawyers. Oh, what's that? We've got you in some more heat. We've got you in some more mess. Nothing specifically really bad as a result of the interview, but it's just more messiness, isn't it? It's more things that don't make no sense. This guy's out here doing a victory parade. Oh, I've been vindicated. Oh, I've been proven. Well, not really, no. All that's happened is the WBC, who have got no reputation themselves, the WBC are completely unscrupulous. They're known as we be crooks. Yeah, we be crooks. Them saying whatever, that don't mean nothing. And Conor Benn's leveraged that. Conor Benn's using that. I think they call it is it double positive or false positive? I'm not sure what they call it, but the point is, Conor Benn's using something. Oh, well, they've said it's almost reputation laundering. Oh, well, the WBC, they've seen it and they've said it's okay, so I'm okay. Well, no, it don't really work like that. And that's what the BBBOC are saying. You can show the WBC what you want, but all that's happened is the WBC have said you're okay. If it's that okay, just show us the same document. What you can't do is go around celebrating a big W. No, we're not going to show you the documents, but take the word of the WBC as golden. Where does that make sense at, people? Seriously, where are they doing that at? I'm completely innocent. I've proven my innocence to the WBC, but I'm just not going to do it to you because I don't like you. No, I'm afraid that don't work. And in fact, when things often life don't make sense, yeah. This is beyond that. This is just wild. No man who's innocent gets in the way of proving that because, they've hurt my ego, so I'm not going to prove my innocence. What? Okay, just stay guilty then. You know? Like this, the way this guy carrying on. He really think we care. He really think the BBBOC care. He's spiting his nose to do something to his face, essentially. I'm not going to show you, but listen, Conor, it ain't hurting us. Do you understand that? You not clearing yourself with the UK authorities doesn't hurt anyone else but yourself. But for whatever reason, you and your legal team haven't communicated that. You actually think you've got a leg to stand on. Hence, you actually think you're going to successfully sue. I don't know who Conor Benn's got around him. I really don't. That have told him you can sue these people who you haven't proven your innocence to on the basis that they've got it wrong. It's wild. It really is quite fascinating. Like Chris Eubank says. Imagine look, the eggs on this kid. It makes me wonder. Like, if I've read into some evidence or research about long-term substance use, and it seems that Conor Benn, he bugging, essentially. He a tweaker. Conor Benn is a tweaker. He ain't thinking straight, is he? You know what I mean? He ain't thinking straight. He actually thinks he's in a winning position right now. Do you know what I'm saying? He actually thinks he's out here just on a big W. Anyway, before I go, I do want to catch up on this. Which is a leak from Spencer Fearon. Spencer Fearon says, "Can anyone explain to me how Conor Nigel Henn, passed VADA testing 3 times on his A sample and gets the all clear, only to have the same A sample 9 days later come up positive of a banned substance? Sounds funny to me." Now, Conor Henn replies, "It makes no sense." Now, what I'm confused about is that, as far as I'm aware, the public doesn't have the 270-page document. As far as I'm aware, I never heard anything about this. Over the last 5 months, if I'm wrong here, please send me the link where you've seen it. Over the last 5 months, I haven't heard nothing about how Conor Benn passed tests, and then the same test suddenly changed. If that's the case, then Conor Benn's laughing all the way to the bank. But the question is, why haven't we heard that? This, to me, this is literally what Spencer Fearon here is explaining, is a golden bullet. My tests were clean, and 9 days later you then told me the same test was dirty. That doesn't work. But why are we only hearing about that now? Conor Benn could have came out in October and said, "Listen, people, it's fake news. They've set me up. There's an agenda against me. The facts are," Conor Benn could have said in October, "Listen, people, there is no dirty test. The facts are what the test was clean, and then magically it ends up dirty." Why are we hearing about that 5 months later? If you remember correctly, at the time, Conor Benn comes out looking like a fox in headlights. I don't know what's going on. But remember, people, this was months into this process. Conor Benn first popped in August, so he must have known then that the test was clean initially. So why has it taken 6 months for them to spin this narrative and also provide no paperwork of this? I said back in October, if they've got paperwork like this that proves, wait there, the same test 9 days before was clean, that's now dirty, we all know that's not possible. Besides, that's not even how the process works. Yeah, when VADA get your A sample, they test it, and the result is the result. I've never heard, as far as I'm aware, I've never heard of VADA testing an A sample, it being clean, and then testing it again 9 days later. No one does that. How it works is, if your A sample's clean, that's it, you're clean. I've never heard of why would someone's A sample be tested twice? Unless, I guess, there was some sort of trace elements in the A sample. There was trace elements in the A sample, it was a borderline result, so they retested it, and it comes back positive. You know what I mean? But that, and unfortunately, that's where we're at. I'm not sure where Spencer getting his knowledge from. Does he know something we don't? And Conor Benn saying it makes no sense. Bro, we don't know all this. If you've got all this kind of information out there that sounds fishy, because admittedly, this does sound fishy, but why aren't we seeing this then? Why can't you say this to VADA? Why can't you say this publicly? Why can't you put the document out there publicly? Listen, people, my test was clean, and magically it comes back dirty. 9 days later. That there's a magic bullet. That there is a magic bullet, and no doubt about it. When you're on, wait a minute, Conor Benn's on Twitter talking about a magic bullet, but when he was on Piers Morgan, Why is it I never heard Conor Benn say this on Piers Morgan? I never heard Conor Benn say, listen people, these are the facts. The facts are, on September the 1st, I was tested. On September the 14th, the results of that test came back positive. Sorry, on September 1st I was tested. On September 8th, my test was clear. And then on September 15th, they came back and said, actually, it's dirty. If I hear that, Conor Benn's clean in my opinion. I don't believe in backtracking and flip-flopping. But I haven't heard Conor Benn come out and say that. So what are we doing here? Very odd. Very odd. But again, ultimately, people who have such a magic bullet, they don't talk about ego and they don't talk about, oh, I don't want to show you, and they just show you. After all, it's your career. Yeah? They don't say, oh, I'm not going to fight in the UK anymore. They say, listen, I've been stitched up and here's the evidence. That's what I'd be doing. Conor Benn, the public is strongly against Conor Benn right now. Conor Benn should be out here saying, listen public, I understand why you've gone against me based on what you've heard, but here's the facts. The facts are, they're playing with my juices. They're playing with my samples. But we don't know because we haven't seen the report. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. going at it. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell.